This morning we're taking a closer look at a combination that has been happening. Strange for some, but some think it's completely normal. It's senior care facilities and marijuana. And you may not know this, but this is the group that is growing the quickest in terms of marijuana use. It's our seniors.
It's headlines like that, though, that catch you and you're like, whoa, my parents did pot. What are we talking about here? Well, there are some troubling hospital statistics to pair with that use, and all this while a Clinton Township senior care facility brought in marijuana educators.
All right, let's talk to Nick Monticelli about this one. He found out introducing them to it is actually meant to help them.
Well, let me first introduce myself. My name is Tucker.
Tucker Jasso knows she is not what people expect when they come for a medical marijuana presentation. Forgive me, but can I ask how old you are?
I'm 60.
Okay. Do you think your age helps you when coming to talk to these residents? That it's
Absolutely.
not some young hipster coming in here?
Absolutely. Because I had those same preconceived notions. We were raised the same way. This is your brain on drugs.
But Tuck, as she likes to be called, believes the exact opposite now. Her thought process changed when a neighbor named Charlie got pancreatic cancer, and at the end of his life, tried medical marijuana.
He was still dying, but he wasn't in pain.
After seeing the change, Tuck started a company in his namesake for the love of Charlie.
Anybody tell me anything about THC?
Now she travels to senior care facilities, educating. Is this controversial?
Absolutely.
Why?
Well, because it's cannabis. You can drink the whole thing, the bottle of all four of these bottles. You can drink that whole bottle and not get high.
Jacqueline Stokes Williams is the executive director of Baldwin House Senior Living Lakeside in Clinton Township. Several of the Baldwin House locations agreed to allow Tuck's presentation, especially when many of their residents are either curious or already using medical marijuana.
It's something that you see throughout the community. It's something that you hear about now. So, over the last few years, there's definitely been an uptick and, a lot of inquiry.
While Tuck and the industry tout medical marijuana use as a great tool for pain relief, there is some concern in the medical community. Researchers at UC San Diego began studying ER visits. In 2005, there were 366 cannabis-related ER visits for people ages 65 and up. In 2019, that number skyrocketed to more than 12,000 patients. But many doctors and caregivers attribute those numbers to a lack of education and improper dosing, including our own Dr. Frank McGeorge.
I think people end up in the ER for a few reasons. They have an effect that isn't necessarily uncommon for first-time marijuana users, but they weren't educated on what to expect. Now, another thing I've seen is that some people just don't know how much of a specific product to take, and they overdo it. And finally, sometimes it's just not their thing, and they get scared by the way it makes them feel.
These are our medicines. These are the product lines for the love of Charlie.
And those who believe medical marijuana has benefits say education is more important now than ever. People ages 65 and older are experimenting with marijuana more than any other age group. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, the number of those in that age group trying marijuana has tripled from 11% in 2009 to 32% in 2019, which would explain why care facilities like this are open to presentations and why seniors are listening.
I've talked to a number of people, and some people are very interested and want to learn because they're in pain.
I think they're curious and they're trying to find a different way to, maybe they have pain or, arthritis or whatever it is, They're just trying to find some other way of using the medications.
Whenever there's something new or any kind of change, anyone is hesitant. So absolutely, especially when you're dealing with vulnerable populations. But I definitely, think that it's always worth, being open-minded and listening and seeing if it's something that could be beneficial or not.
Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News.